Thanks so much for coming back to my channel. My name is Melanie, and I'm going to be showing you today how to get this hair. I get asked all the time when I wear this around town, how do you do that? Is that your natural hair? Do you have curly hair? How does it not get frizzy? A bunch of questions. And so I'm finally making a video that shows you exactly how I get this hair. It's super easy and not a lot of work. It has barely any heat. I curled just these tiny pieces right here. That is the only heat that I used on my hair. And you get this beautiful, voluminous, curly, wavy hair. It lasts on me about 2-ish days. I don't know how long it would work on straight hair. But for me, it lasts about 2 days. If you'd like to know how I got this hairstyle, please keep watching. I'm going to be showing you how to get a really pretty, wavy, curly, voluminous hair for very little work. You start off with some damp hair. I showered earlier tonight and I let it air dry. That way it doesn't damage my hair. You can also, though, if you need to speed up the process, blow dry your hair a little bit, get it to this damp state. Basically most of it is pretty dry, and then there's damp pieces. So I'm gonna start off. All you're gonna do is French braid your hair. That's all you gotta do. If you know how to French braid your hair, you can do this. Do this hairstyle. If you have straight hair, I don't know. I know it will work, I just don't know how long it will last, if it will pull out a lot faster. I have naturally wavy hair. It is a little bit, obviously you can see right now, it is a little bit frizzy, but it is wavy and it does have texture and some curls to it underneath. You can see kind of some waves in there. So my hair does hold. It holds about 2 days. I wake up, take it out, it's a full day, I can sleep on it, and then pretty much fluff it back up to another full day. But after that, it kind of wears out. So basically, let's get started. I'm gonna start a French braid. So I'm gonna start it. I like my waves to start pretty close to my head. So I start it pretty close to my forehead. So you start with 3 sections. Cross one side over the middle, cross the other side over the middle. That's kind of how I start. I just start with a normal start of a braid, and then I start adding pieces. So when you add pieces, you want just very thin little pieces. I personally go for smaller waves. I get more of them, and my hair is a little bit more voluminous. If you want more of the beachy wave look, do bigger sections so you have bigger waves. It might pull out and get a little bit frizzier, so just keep that in mind if you do want the more beachy waves. I haven't really tried that. I like my small crimpy big waves and big hair. I like volume to my hair if I'm gonna go curls and waves. So basically, I will turn around and show you the back. I'm looking over to this side because I have a mirror here to kind of guide me. Just so. And this braid does not have to be super pretty and done up and sleek and perfect. It just needs to be a French braid, and all pieces of your hair needs to be in it. That's basically the criteria of this. I'm telling you, it's like the easiest hairstyle, but it looks like you put in so much work, and ladies, we love that. We love not having to try so hard and for so long, and it also doesn't damage your hair. This really saves my hair, so I try not to put a ton of heat in it. And this is a way that I can have really pretty hair without having heat touch it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around so you can see me do the back. And I'm just going to go all the way down doing a French braid. There's probably better tutorials showing how to do a French braid if you don't know how to. But basically I'm just adding from ear to the piece very thin this way sections. I'm not taking big chunks this way. I'm taking just very small pieces and then adding that into the hair that I put up and over the middle. And I'm just going to go all the way down. Okay, so now I'm at the base. I added all the pieces. I'm going to turn back around and just finish the tail of the braid. And you want to try to keep as even of sections as you can so you can go as close to the ends as you can. That way the waves will just be all the way down to the ends of your hair as opposed to just stopping mid-hair. And then I have a wrist or a band on my wrist. I'm gonna go all the way to the end until I can't. Because I personally like my waves to go all the way to the end. It just makes the ends look a little bit nicer, keeps them from frizzing up and getting really big and fluffy. So also what I like to do is with this band, I like to put them one right after the other instead of layering them on top of each other. And I'll show you what I mean in 1 second when I finish. Pull the little pieces out. So just go as far as you can. I know this looks kind of silly, but you'll see tomorrow why I do this. Okay, so I make it like a longer section, and I put one right after the other. The reason why I do this is because this band crimps that hair underneath and allows it again to be a wavy texture, same with the rest of my hair. Also, when I was braiding, I noticed that about from right here down was a little bit drier than I typically want it to be. I want it to be damp. I want at least part of the section of each piece of the braid to be damp. That way it's going to dry that way and stay that crimped curl wave that we're having right here. So after this video, I'm just going to go into my bathroom, put some water in my hands, let it fall out, and then the water that's just like left on my hands, I'm just going to press into the hair. That way like the outer layers are damp, soaks in, and then it dries that way and stays that way so it can crimp overnight. I will sleep on this. I will show you tomorrow when I wake up how I finish this and how I add the side pieces, because right here these side pieces will be straight because it's being pulled. It will be straight. So I will show you tomorrow how I add these pieces to fit in and fill in the rest of my hair, and we'll finish it up tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It's the next morning. I just woke up, had some breakfast, threw on some makeup, and this is what my hair looks like after sleeping on it. A little messy, but not too bad. So these pieces right here, as you can see, are not the wavy crimpy curls that we want. So I'm going to show you how to pull out a tiny bit more hair. We're going to curl it with a straightener. Now it sounds weird. We're going to curl it with a straightener, and then we're going to do the rest of the hair. So we're going to leave it like this. I'm going to take a brush. I'm looking in the mirror right next to here. And we're just going to pull the little flyaway hairs out. I'm not pulling big chunks. Like, these would just fall. Like, these are just really loose hairs. It's okay if you snag a little bit like that. And then you're just going to do that to both sides. Just really lightly. These are pieces that probably would have fallen out if you let your hair go a little bit more. So that's about it. You're going to have like these crazy pieces like that, okay? And then straightener, I just have it on, I have it on the highest setting. I personally just do it that way. You can do whatever you feel comfortable with. I split it into 2 sections, clamp, bring it down, and then start curling it back away from the face. And again, this does not have to be perfectly done. It just needs to be curled a little bit is really the goal. And same thing. Clamp and twist away from the face. Clamp and twist away from the face. And that's it. And if your ends are a little bit too straight for your liking, just bring it back and curl. So now you just need some hairspray. I use Suave. I get the 10 most hold. And now we're going to start taking out the braid. So I'm going to pull this out. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is why I layer them one after the other instead of on top of each other, because the ends get crimped. That to me matters. I guess it probably doesn't in the long scheme of things, but I like it that way. It just gives the ends a little bit more texture and togetherness with the rest of the hair. So I'm going to vary that. I am not brushing any of this hair with my nails. I'm literally undoing the braid. Not brushing, undoing it. And let me turn around. And undoing the braid. All the way up. To the very top. Okay, so I know I look crazy. I know I do. But I'm going to stand up. I'm going to flip over. I want to explain this before I do it because you won't be able to hear me upside down. But I'm going to stand up. I'm going to flip all my hair upside down. I'm going to take the hairspray and spray quite a bit. You'll hear it and see it quite a bit on the bottom pieces. I'm going to flip to one side, get all those side pieces, flip to the other side, get all those pieces, and then I'll sit back down for this front piece and the part area. So flip over and spray. Remember the ends. I'm going to flip to one side and spray. I'm going to flip to the other side and spray. Now, while I'm upside down, I'm going to shake it a little bit. Not brushing with my fingers. I'm not brushing at all with my fingers. I am just shaking my hair. We're going to break up those curls by shaking. I know, this is like the weirdest process, but it all comes together. And this is the kind of hair that you get. It's big and it's curly and wavy, and that's kind of what I like. And I'm just going to find my part. It's so weird because I don't normally part my hair on this side. I part it on this side. but for this wavy curls, it naturally kind of goes to the side. So I just roll with it. So I'm basically just going to, because everything was pulled back right overnight. So basically I'm just gonna pull the hairs forward and just kind of toss and break it up, but not too much, and never brushing, because that's when you get the frizz and you pull out the curls. And then when I find the part that I like, I'm going to just finish spraying this top section. So spray it down, spray the back, and spray the side. And that is it. Thanks so much for watching.